And so, but if you're looking for me, I'll be on the block with my thing.
Women in STEM, am I right? So you want to do some card tricks, but you don't want to work. And if that's the case, all you need is just 2 pieces of paper and a deck of playing cards. As a matter of fact, you don't even need to touch the cards. The participant themselves, right? If you want to take one and deal it out one at a time face down on the table, why don't you go ahead and do that? You can't because you're stupid. You can't understand me. So I could say anything I want in this voice and you're going to think that I love you. But really, I want to kill you and choke you out and squirt your little guts all over the table here, painting it red with your insides. So you instruct the participant to start dealing the cards one at a time, and they could stop whenever it is that they want. This is truly a free choice. There's nothing that you do. There's no psychological influence. They stop right there. You take your little card and you place it as a marker. They're then instructed to take this half of the deck and place it on top and maybe hand the deck to a different participant or perhaps continue the dealing themselves, where they now pick up the deck and they deal down once again to anywhere they want. They could stop anywhere they want. They could deal the cards for as long as they want. And let's say they pick right there because they're stupid. Well, you just simply take the next little bit of written prediction and you place it on top, marking the exact location where they stop dealing. Again, I haven't touched the cards. Look at my hands. They're clean. You could tell I haven't touched the participant. You don't even have to spread the cards at this point. You could have them spread the cards and see exactly where in the pack they decided to stop dealing. And we have right here and we have right here. As a matter of fact, they stopped dealing right here next to this card over here. And you see it says this one. It's a joke. This trick is a joke. You see, they stopped next to that card, which was that card, that one. You see the joke? The joke is that it's a gag. It's not really a magic trick. What would be interesting is if they stopped on this one, and if they stopped on that one. And of course, they're more than welcome to look at every single card in the pack. And these are the only 2 that say this one and that one that match perfectly to where they inserted the predictions. Hard work, this is not, my friends. All you have to do is just set up the deck. Just set up the deck. Write this one and write that one on a playing card. And then write this one and write that one on, in this case, some thermal paper because you don't have business cards, because you find your cousin hot. This one starts on top of the deck. That one starts on the bottom of the deck. That one starts on top of the pile. This one is on the bottom of the pile. The card that's on the bottom has to match your prediction that's on the top. And that's it. That's all the setup to this trick, and you're ready to blow some loads. You'd also be blowing fat loads if you were on the PigCake Magic Academy. That's right, the home of over 1,700 videos going over everything you need to become an expert in card magic, in coin magic, and we even have some mentalism in there if you guys want to reach inside a participant and know what they're thinking. You can check out the Academy, link down below. Everyone that joins is a proud member of the PigCake Magic Academy. So why not you be a proud member of the PigCake Magic Academy too? I don't even know why I have to bother explaining this. The trick works itself. It's called Gemini twins. It's based on a principle from the ancient time, back when you could say naughty words and not get in trouble. And just by having this setup, we're going to have the participants start dealing the cards one at a time into a pile on the table. They could stop wherever it is they want. And all we're going to do is just place the top card, in this case of our prediction, on top of the location where they stop. We then instruct them to take this half, which if you don't notice already, says that one. This is going to get very confusing with this stupid fucking joke. That gets placed on top of that card, or this card, or that card. That gets placed on top, which means that when you spread the cards, that marker is going to be directly below the original bottom card of the deck. And look at this. Because they've dealt the cards one at a time on the table, the card that's now at the face is this one, Because remember, they dealt the cards one at a time on a pile on the table. So that automatically makes the top card now the bottom card. So they could continue dealing a second time and stop wherever it is they want, as long as they don't pass the little marker card there. And you have them place this over here, marking the location of where they stopped, and everything's done because the bottom card is now next to that prediction. So when they spread the cards, or you spread the cards, or I spread some butter on your mom's lower back, it doesn't matter, because as long as they take the marker card that is directly below this card over here, so in this case, this would be the card right above the marker, you're going to be good to go, because that's going to match. And you could do the exact same thing with this one. That's going to match as well. Now, a good thing to have, by the way, is you could actually have the rest of the deck be blank. And this trick becomes that much more impressive because they found the only cards that match the predictions. So you could show the little joke here that that one matches. Of course, the way I would do this is you would go, oh, look, and my prediction is correct because I knew you would pick that one. I knew you would pick that one. And I knew you would pick this one. You get it? It's a joke. This isn't a trick. It's a joke. So you could play it up that way and set their expectations to bedrock. However, that expectation is then quelled when you actually show them that you managed to predict correctly, that they would have picked that one and they would have picked this one. And of course, the rest of the deck is completely ordinary. So let's talk about the benefits of this trick, as well as joining Primerica. You don't have to work. The only work you have to do is setting it up and remembering that the bottom card that you put on the deck has to be the topmost card of your little predictions. Then the rest works itself. You don't have to put any effort. That's my favorite type of magic, because then you could focus on this, the banter. You could mention to them, hey, have you considered joining Primerica? And you go, it's a reverse funnel system where you could become your own boss. All you have to do is trick about 17 cleaning women in order to become your underlings, so then you could buy a car. This is actually based on a true story, by the way. A friend of mine told me that he was working on a college project and I would help him to some capacity, and I ended up going to an office with him, and it was Primerica. It was a Primerica office, and there was a guy that was wearing a suit that didn't match. He had stripes and no stripes, which was immediately a red flag to me. And the guy ended up trying to get phone numbers out of me so then I could sell my friends some form of insurance, even though I believe at the time I was 18 and none of my friends were homeowners. They were attempting to sell home insurance to these college-age kids. It was a weird time. And also his office was barren. It had nothing in it. It had a table, it had his seat, and it had 2 other seats, and that's it. No pictures of wife, no pictures of kids, no nothing, no paperwork. And all because I thought I was helping a friend out in a college project. Meanwhile, he was getting got. He got got. I wasn't going to get got because I'm smart.